So one question which we've always been asked is, how much does CFA cost? What is the total cost involved in pursuing CFA? What is my return on investment? So for that reason, we are making a quick video on all the costs involved in CFA. And hopefully by the end of this video, you'll get complete clarity on what all do you need to budget for. So before we get into it, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do. If there's anything specific you would like us to post, please comment. And as many of you all must be knowing, we do provide training for CFA and other professional qualifications like ACCA and CPA. So if any of you all want to reach us, or you all know somebody who would like to reach out to us, we leave the number below. With that said, let me get into it. One of the most important factors in people deciding which professional qualifications they want to pursue is when they look at the monetary investment that is required for each course. So today we're going to talk about the total cost involved in pursuing CFA from start to end. I'm going to try and make this very simple, and we'll try and break it down for you all into chunks which are easily digestible. First of all, remember guys that you need to split all these fees into what we pay the body, which in CFA's case is the CFA Institute, and whatever you pay for the training, which we'll talk about later. When it comes to the CFA Institute, right? It's based in US, so all your payments will have to be made in dollars. You need to have a credit card which allows international transactions. Now, what are the payments, right? First of all, to become eligible to appear for CFA, you need to register for it, which is $450. That's a one-time payment which you have to make, $450. If you convert it, it's averaging around 30,000 rupees and in that range. This is valid for 10 years, which means after you register, you only pay this once, and then you can give the CFA exam anytime up to 10 years. If it takes you longer, you'll have to repay this amount at that point of time. Up till now, I've not seen anybody who's spent more than 10 years trying to pursue CFA. So I think you can just consider it as a one-time investment. Second is the exam fees. Exam fees we need to pay every time you appear for an exam, which means if you appear for level 1, pay exam fees, level 2 and level 3. If you fail level 1 after you've paid the exam fees, before you appear for it, you'll have to pay exam fees again. So what are the exam fees? For level 1, there is an early and a standard deadline. If you pay before the early deadline, you have to pay $700. $700 on an average is close to 50,000 rupees. If you pay at the standard deadline, it's $1,000, which is close to 70,000 rupees. All these dates, what is the standard deadline for which attempt, all of that is mentioned on the cfainstitute.org website. This is your level 1 exam fees. Level 2 and level 3 each are another $700. So that's another 50,000 approximately, which you have to pay. There is no standard deadline for level 2 and level 3. And that's it. All you have to do to pay the body is $450 plus $700 or $1,000 for level 1, $700 for level 2, and $700 for level 3. So I think that if I take an average, right, it comes to approximately 1,80,000 to 2 lakh rupees is what you pay the body, and you pay it not at once but as you progress through your CFA. When you pay the exam fees, you also get the study material from the institute. So you not only are eligible for level 1 exam, for example, but you also get the CFA Institute notes. That is helpful if you want to go really in depth, or you're not studying with a provider, you're self-studying. That's when the CFA Institute notes are helpful. Coming to the training fees. Now, at least in India, when I take level 1, level 2 and level 3, very few people teach level 2 and level 3. I can sort of help with that because we do teach level 2, level 3. And I understand that the quantum of level 1 is of course much more. On an average per level, the fees will range anywhere from around 25,000 all the way to 50,000, 60,000 per level for training, which will include obviously the credibility of the training provider. They might provide study material, how many tests and mocks they provide per subject of each level, what kind of faculties they have. Do they have CFA qualified faculties? Are they working in the top MNCs? Have the faculties been teaching for a while? Do the faculties have a good track record of passing students in their history? All of that gives you value when you're going to a training provider. So that is ranging, like I said, per level between 25 to 50, 60,000, right? And if I take again the average, you can say between 1 to 1.5 lakh you will invest in the training for CFA. Again, not all at once, but as you progress. And when you combine that, like by just anybody who's decent at math, you will see that CFA does not go beyond 3.5 lakhs tops. If you fail an attempt, you might have to pay $700 again, but then you obviously that you cannot take into the budget which you should plan for CFA. So with that said, CFA is approximately 3.5 lakhs unless you fail. And even if you fail, you've got to just make sure that you attempt and clear it in the next attempt. Eventually, the return on investment is high enough when you pursue some professional qualification like CFA. And that's all you need to keep in mind. Last piece of advice, guys, even though costing is something super important, do not let it be the basis on which you decide to pursue CFA.